sorry, I thought I was gonna go third. Anyways, so how you guys doing tonight? Yeah, don't mind. Thank you for coming out. So, yes, my name is Sears, and some of you have seen me, some of you have not. Oh, no, don't do that. The microphone's cut now. But that is my name, and I know I'm not related to the store. Because if I were, they wouldn't have been called Snap-on Tools. That's a gay joke. I mean, I've been out since BE. You know, before Ellen. Yeah, this was way back before I knew what LGB or T even meant. Let alone the elemental P, QRS, and everything else they're adding to the alphabet nowadays, right? Somebody asked me the other day if I was cis, and I'm like, yeah, I have a cis. No, are you cis? And I'm like, she calls me cis. Still no. What were you born as and what do you identify as? And I'm like, well, I was born a female, and I identify as a lesbian woman. Unless the bathroom lines are long. Then I identify as whichever symbol's closest. Address me as such. But it was funny because I was in high school, or actually I was a freshman in high school, and this upperclassman yelled, "Dyke." And I was like, he must think I'm retaining water. That's a damn joke. And a true story. I didn't know what the fuck he meant. But my mom sat me down. She's like, "Honey, are you gay?" And I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Are you gay?" I don't know how I knew how to blow on that to make it work, but I've been hanging out with these a little bit too long because I have never in my that edible just kicked in. Don't do that. Is this thing on? What? Okay, I'm off track, but why is it called a blowjob? Is that not what you do? Because every time somebody says blow me, I'm like, and they're like, Sears, no. And I'm like, they're like, no. And I'm like, is that not what it is? That's what you call it. Right? Why do you call it a blowjob then? Oh, because they blow. Well, don't women blow? Maybe? No, I'm not asking you. I'm asking a woman because she would know better than you would, I think. I meant, never mind. Okay, I'm getting off that stuff because I don't know. I'm so asexual, it's sick. Most of the time. But my mom sat me down and said, "Honey, are you gay?" And I'm like, "What?" And she said, "Are you gay?" And I'm like, "Why would you ask me that?" She said, "Because you and your friend went Arby's an awful lot for dinner." I've got time, you guys. I've got plenty of time. Yeah, so this was back in the Bush era. And not just the president. That means this is my second mullet. Thank you. I love it so hard. It brings me so much fucking joy. It's sick. A friend of mine goes, "When are you going to cut that thing?" And I said, "You know what? How many people stop you on a weekly, monthly basis and tell you they love your basic hair?"
Oh, come on.
Right? And I said, you know what? It's sad. You're more likely to get cut out of my life than my mullet is because this brings me joy. Eat my dick. Anyways, I'm a lesbian. I have 3 of those. So, but yeah. I was real happy though when women started doing landscaping. Because when you're a lesbian, the struggle is real. Anyways, but they started doing those landing strips. And I thought that was so dumb because it's not a plane. So I did one this way. So when I looked down at my girlfriend, she looked like Hitler. She didn't think it was near as funny as I did, but people were always asking us if we were going to get married. And this was before gay marriage, which, can't believe they really got that passed. I thought we would be legal before gay marriage. I was hoping. Is it sad that I was hoping that we would be legal before gay marriage? Does it tell you which one I like more? No, and why I'm asexual. But I was like, we already are. She doesn't put out, she takes my money. Straight or gay, it's all the same, right, Dad? No? Okay. He wouldn't come over here because you said he couldn't sit in the front row.
I didn't say you couldn't.
Dad, come on. Get over here. Dad, 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 Dad. Okay, I'll stop. So somebody the other day said that they thought I was a lot like Trump, right? And I was like,
It's the orange.
well, you're not wrong, is what I said to them. Thank you. Step on my bed. Why don't you step right on it a little bit? But yeah, no, they're not totally wrong. I mean, my favorite color is orange. I'm not even gonna do that joke anymore. It's dumb. I don't even know that. So I did meet a guy at the bar the other day when I was playing poker, and his name was Vogelsong. And I said, what origin is that? And he said, it's German, it means bird song. And I was like, that's cool. Mine's Sears, it's English, it means bankruptcy. But I am 48 years old, happily, I made it this far, you guys. And I am learning a lot more about myself, though. Like the fact that my arms are magical. They keep waving after I'm done. If you're not laughing, you're young. You'll find out later and you'll understand it. But if the slippery noodle needs somebody to fill in for trombone, I can do it because that's how I read my text. But there's one a little bit more embarrassing, kind of weird. I found out that I'm into S&M. That's the right response. But it's only with one woman, and it has to be in her room because she has all the equipment and stuff. And this is my first time ever. You know, I told you I'm pretty asexual, so I said most of the time. But the other day she was hurting me, like actually hurting me, and so I start yelling, "Pineapple, pineapple, pineapple!" Right? And she's like, "Why are you yelling pineapple?" And I'm like, "Is that not our safe word?" "Nope, I'm your chiropractor." So just stop, I guess. But, you know, it's funny when a lot of people find out that I had breast cancer, they're like, "I'm sorry." And I'm like, "Why, did you give it to me?" I mean, I knew you could catch the I didn't know you could catch the cancer. Don't worry, you can't. I've tried to give it to many women, the most I've given them is the straight. So don't worry, you're safe. You're safe. But they don't think about the positives. You know, like when I was going through chemo, it saved me time and money. I mean, this stuff isn't cheap. And I didn't have to shave anything. And I didn't have to buy bras. But the best benefit? No more under boob sweat. Yeah. Eat my dick again because that's a blessing right there, especially when it's hot like this out. My God. And what does that term mean, hot as balls? What is that? What is that? Are balls hot? Is it? Sorry. I imagine they're like the hairless cats. And you can, how do you watch women? Never mind.
Stop it, you're turning me on.
Stop. Oh yeah. Anyways, I'll go back to. We'll go talking about my tits now instead of. Okay, so, but yeah, they don't think about the positives, you know. And I mean, there are a lot of them. I wouldn't give it back. I'll tell you that right now. Not give it back for anything. But I had to go see the doctor because sometimes girly cancer comes along with breast cancer. And I'm sitting there with my feet up in the stirrups looking all sexy. And she goes, "You look good." And I was like, "I did shave for you." No. No. And then she proceeded to pull out this wand. And it was a very, very large wand. And I look at her and I'm like, how am I supposed to wear that? It doesn't have straps. I quickly found out because I lost my virginity that day, you guys. I said the first thing that came to mind, I said, "Do I owe you dinner? We have a date next week to go eat some Arby's, you guys." Yeah. All right, you guys can follow me on Homo Sears Comedy because, let's be honest, and preferably, the gays of our lives. And my podcast is on the show a little bit later. A podcast partner is on the show a little bit later on too. You can follow me there or just Sears on TikTok. But yeah, thank you guys all so much for coming out. Luke, you ready? Give it up for the man. Luke, legend.
don't know why it keeps going out. Maybe if I try to cut the balls a little bit.